Welcome to Money Muscle Mindset, the podcast designed to motivate and educate you on your journey to financial and fitness success and to develop the mentality needed to achieve your goals. I'm Zay Molina, and in this episode, we're going to talk about why you actually may be closer than you think. So many people make the biggest mistake of, if I'm not seeing results, if I'm not seeing progress, then nothing's happening. But that's not really true, right? We understand that even if you're not seeing the actual results, you're not seeing exactly what you want to achieve right now, there is still growth happening beneath the surface. Think about a seed, right? If you go out into your backyard and you plant a seed, right? What's going to happen? Well, you start watering it, you give it enough sunlight, right? After week 1, what happens? Probably nothing. Week 2, nothing. Week 3, nothing. And you're not seeing physical results after watering it every single day. It's in the sun. It has enough soil, it has enough all this kind of stuff that you need for your plant, right? But you're not seeing any real results. It's not sprouting up yet. Does that mean nothing's happening? No. What's actually happening? Those roots are starting to form. They're starting to expand underneath the surface, right? Building a strong foundation for that plant to eventually sprout out of the ground. So just because we don't see that doesn't mean that's not happening. And that's exactly how progress works in our finances, fitness, and mindset, right? When we're trying to achieve goals, right? Let's say, for example, we're on our fitness journey and we're trying to lose weight, right? We understand that we're not going to lose 20, 30 pounds in a week, right? We have to do it consistently. But even though we're not seeing results right away, that doesn't mean things aren't happening. Same thing with our finances. If we're trying to build a side hustle or we're starting to invest, right? We understand that it's going to take time, right? We're learning, we're losing trades, we're winning trades, right? But maybe our account really isn't growing the way we want it to be. That doesn't mean nothing's happening. Just because you don't see those end results that you desire doesn't mean you're not making progress. All the little things, all the details, all the roots, those need to form first. Those are the healthy habits that are going to help us develop and become the person that we need to become that is capable of achieving the results that we desire. So again, before you start seeing those physical results and start seeing exactly what you want to see, right? All the internal growth happens first. Again, you need to develop those healthy habits to become the person that is capable of reaching those results. Let's take your fitness journey, for example. Let's say you want to lose 30 pounds, right? So you start your fitness journey, right? You know your starting weight and you go into the gym and you're consistent 3, 4, 5 days a week, right? You're working out, you're putting in a good workout, you're actually eating pretty healthy, right? Things are going great, right? And then after 1 month, you go and you check the scale, right? And you look at the scale and you see that, hey, I only lost 1 or 2 pounds. Or maybe the scale didn't change really at all, right? And you get discouraged. Why? Because you're not seeing the results that you wanted to see. You were hoping to see a lot more progress, a lot more results, right? But you look at the scale and you saw that it was only 1 or 2 pound difference, right? You start to think to yourself, oh, is this even worth it, right? Why can't I do anything? Why isn't this working? And all this kind of stuff. Should I just give up, right? Whatever it may be. But what you need to remind yourself, guys, is that you haven't worked out in, let's say, 2+ years. You just now went a full month of staying consistent, developing those healthy habits, eating healthy, right? All these different things that are going to help you become the person that you want. So even though the scale didn't budge and you didn't lose as much weight as you wanted to, right? Maybe you gained more muscle and you lost more body fat. And this is why I think a body composition analysis test is so important, because it doesn't just tell you the weight, it tells you the muscle mass, tells you the body fat percentage, tells you your water weight, right? All these different things, all the details, all the hidden progress. So even though you only lost 1 or 2 pounds of weight, right? Maybe you gained 2 pounds of muscle and you lost 2% of body fat. So even though your household scale says you're not making much progress, right? You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know what's going on internally with your body composition. But not only your body composition, again, think about all those habits and all the healthy routines that you just developed over this last month. Because weight loss isn't just about hitting a number, right? It's about making a lifestyle change. It's about becoming the person that's going to stay healthy for the rest of their life so they can do more, so they can have more muscle, so they can continuously be fit overall. So yes, I know it can be discouraging if you see the weight not budge as much as you want it to, but think about those little things behind the scenes. Think about that invisible progress that's going on, that's going to help you, again, achieve those results. Now you just need to keep going, stay consistent, stay disciplined, push yourself to keep doing what you've been doing. That number on the scale, that's just the physical results. But think about everything that's going on internally, all that internal growth, both physically and mentally. Same thing with our finances, right? Maybe you're starting to budget a little bit more, right? Instead of spending money on things you don't necessarily need, you're cutting back, you're buying things strategically, all this kind of stuff. And you look at your bank account after 2 months, right? And hey, I didn't save as much as I wanted to. I thought my account would be a lot bigger right now. You're looking at that physical number of, hey, this isn't the number I wanted, right? I'm a loser, I'm a failure, this isn't working, all this kind of stuff, and you want to give up. You start to say, hey, what's the point? But again, you have to think what's happening internally. You're now doing less emotional spending, right? You're not just going buying and whatever you want, whenever you want. You're starting to be more aware about what you're buying, how much you're spending. You're starting to be smarter and making better financial decisions for you and your family. So yeah, maybe there's still some stuff that you bought that you didn't really need, right? But now you're aware of that. And now that you continue this budgeting journey, right? And you start to do it month after month, week after week, right? You start to think, what else can I cut back, right? What else do I not necessarily need right now? Or maybe the money that I'm saving, maybe instead of saving it all, maybe I put some into investing so I can now multiply and really grow that account. And again, you're making better financial decisions. So even though your savings account isn't as big as you want it, you're now making better decisions to be able to get it to where you want. Just because you don't see those results yet doesn't mean you're not making progress. We all understand that success is a journey, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. We have to keep going. We have to keep pushing ourselves to do the things that we know we need to do, and we have to do it for a long period of time. We have to give ourselves realistic expectations to see real results. And I know not seeing results can be very discouraging. It can put you off and say, oh my gosh, am I even doing the right things? What is the point? All this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying we can't improve, right? Maybe on your fitness journey, you realize, hey, I am having 1 or 2 cheat meals a week. Maybe I should cut one back, right? You can make those adjustments. I'm not saying that. But my point being is stay consistent. Don't just fully give up because you're not seeing the physical results. Think about all the healthy habits, all the things that you're developing internally that are helping you achieve those results in the long run. Again, think about watering that seed. If you stop completely, you know that seed will never grow into that plant. But if you continuously water it over time, even though you're not seeing results right away, we know that that seed will eventually sprout into a beautiful plant. The best example that I've heard about this is a bamboo tree, right? If you've never heard about this, it's incredible, right? When you plant a bamboo tree, right, the first 4 years, not weeks, not months, years, when you water it and continuously give it good soil, all this kind of stuff that it needs, right? The first 4 years, you will not see any visible sign of the bamboo tree growing. 4 years, that is a very long time, right? But what is it actually doing? We know it's building the foundation. The roots are growing, all this kind of stuff. It's expanding underneath the soil to be able to give it good, strong support so then it can skyrocket out of the ground. And that's exactly what happens. By the time you get to around year 5, the bamboo tree sprouts outside of the ground, 80, 90 feet in the air, right? And this all happens within about 6 weeks. So first 4 years, no growth, no results at all visibly to us, above the ground. But in year 5, within 6 weeks, that bamboo tree can sprout out of the ground 80 to 90 feet in the air. That is incredible, guys. And if you think about it, right, this really applies to life, right? You think about all these overnight successes that we see, right? We see a lot of people online, they start to blow up after one viral reel. And what do we think? Oh, they got lucky. But then you may go to their page and you take a look. Oh, this wasn't really luck, right? They've been posting nonstop for the last 6 years. Every single day they're posting something, trying to grow their content, trying to grow their brand, right? And all of a sudden, after 6 years, right, we now see this one video that went viral and gained them a lot of followers. But it didn't just happen overnight. It didn't just happen with that one video, right? Most of the time, it took them years of consistency and discipline to keep posting, to keep growing, to want to achieve the success that they want. So again, there's no real such thing as an overnight success, right? Same thing with this bamboo tree, right? It takes a long time, weeks, months, years of consistent effort, consistent work to be able to achieve the success that we want. So again, guys, just because you don't see results right away, that doesn't mean growing isn't happening. You're building better habits. You're making better decisions. You're developing better discipline and consistency and awareness, right? You are building all these internal traits that, again, can help you develop into the person that you know is capable of achieving the results you desire. So I know it sounds cliche, guys, but trust the journey, right? You're a lot closer than you think because you're actually making progress by staying consistent and being disciplined. If you continue to do this and continue to put in the effort, continue to put in the work, right? You never know when you're going to have that overnight success, that viral video, that bamboo tree sprout out of the ground, right? You just got to keep pushing, keep doing the work that you know that is going to lead to these results. So when doing this, how do we stay away from being discouraged, right? How do we push ourselves to continue to want to keep going, even though we're not seeing those results? Well, one tip that I think can really help is start tracking behaviors, not outcomes. Instead of thinking my fitness journey is only tracked by weight loss, don't think about it that way. Think about how many workouts did I complete this week? How many healthy meals did I have in meal prep? What healthy routine or habit did I form this week? Instead of thinking about just the amount of money you have in your bank account, think about, okay, what decisions did I make today that are going to help me grow my account? What financial decisions that are going to help me in the long run by the end of the month? What did I learn today that can help me with my investment account, right? All these little things like that. You're now tracking the behaviors, right? And the routines and the habits rather than just focused on the final outcome. Instead of asking yourself, did I get results today? Ask yourself, did I act like the person I'm trying to become? Did I act like the person that is going to achieve these results? Because now it shifts from a results-based focus to a journey-based focus. You're now focused on the process. You have that mindset shift of, I'm not focused on achieving that results. I'm focused on trying to develop a better lifestyle change. I don't want to just achieve that success. I want to become the person that deserves that success. And when you start to think about it that way, guys, that's going to help you realize you're probably a lot closer than you think. So with that being said, that's what I got for you guys on today's episode of Money Muscle Mindset. Again, guys, you're probably a lot closer than you think. Just keep putting in the effort. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, stop thinking about just the results, right? And focus on the progress, focus on the habits, focus on all the healthy things that you're doing that are going to help you become the person that you want to become. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. And I'm going to leave you guys as I always do. Remember, success isn't just about the money you make or the muscles you build. It's also about the mindset you develop along the way. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Money Muscle Mindset.